Hey guys, welcome back. I want to take this opportunity to talk to you guys about body skincare. Looking back at my videos, I talk a lot about taking care of our skin of the face and neck, but haven't really talked about how to take care of our skin on the body, which is just as important, especially as we head into winter. And as a dermatologist, eczema and dry skin is by far one of the more common things I see in the wintertime. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to properly take care of your skin and also clarify some misconceptions about bathing in dry skin, and then also share with you some of my favorite body skincare products that I just been loving. So stay tuned. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about how we should properly take care of our skin during the winter, body skin, especially clarifying the misconception or the confusion on the frequency of bathing and showering. And there is a lot of, debate on how frequently should you be showering or bathing. Even amongst dermatologists, we have, different opinions. But really, the confusion comes from the fact that a lot of people feel that showering and bathing will dry out your skin more. That's only somewhat true. In fact, some of my colleagues, pediatric dermatologists who are eczema experts, because we see tons of atopic dermatitis and eczema in babies and kids, they are really big proponents of daily baths. And the reason behind that is daily showers and baths are actually helpful for dry skin, especially if you have eczema and you have like dry, inflamed, crusty skin. Bathing can really be soothing, can help to soak and rehydrate your skin, allowing some of that dry, flaky, crusty, dead skin to desquamate or to come off of the skin. And also, as I mentioned, helps to rehydrate your stratum corneum. Okay, so bathing more ideally if you are eczema prone, but if you have just dry skin, showers is perfectly fine, because if you take the appropriate showers, if you will, it does help to hydrate your skin. So what is an appropriate shower or bath? Well, ideally, similar to what I mentioned in my previous video, you want to limit the time of exposure. So you don't want to be soaking for, half an hour or hours. You want to limit to ideally 15 to 20 minutes. And the key is using comfortably lukewarm water. In the wintertime, I think it's always really nice to jump in a hot shower, but hot water, as well as extremes of cold, can be very irritating and drying on the skin. If you are eczema prone, I suggest bathing over showering, just because bathing, you're able to actually soak in a tub of water, and that soaking is more effective at rehydrating the skin, removing some of that crusty, dry skin. So yes, daily showers or baths are perfectly fine. It's the fact that most people don't realize if you shower or bathe and don't immediately apply a moisturizer, this is where your skin dries out. So it's not the fact that you're showering or bathing that dries out your skin. To the contrary, showering and bathing helps to rehydrate your stratum corneum. It's if you come out of your shower or bath and you don't immediately seal in that moisture that you just obtained from the shower or bath with a moisturizer, this is where you will experience transepidermal water loss and potentially have drier skin as time goes on. The other thing is that you want to be mindful of what you cleanse your skin with. For the majority of us in the wintertime, we're not out and about sweating a ton. We're not really getting dirty, right? So you really don't need any cleansers, in fact, unless you need it for your armpits and buttocks. And that is what I recommend for most people, most adults. Obviously for babies and kids, the diaper area cleanse as needed. But for the majority, water is sufficient at removing what needs to be removed from your skin. You're not trying to be sterile, right? Soap doesn't get your skin 100% sterile. Soap only helps to remove the oil, maybe a little bit of the bacteria, and some of the dead skin buildup. So you certainly don't need soap. And if you do, again, armpits and buttocks. Also be mindful of the type of soap that you use. I recommend 2 soapless cleansers, which I will recommend. One of my favorites in a bit if you're into bar soaps. Otherwise, any sort of gentle cleansers are going to be effective and appropriate. You can even use facial cleansers to cleanse your body. Your body skin is the same skin as your face and neck, right? Overall skin is skin. So whatever you use on your face, you can most certainly use on your body. So if you have more eczema prone skin, try try one of the CeraVe hydrating cleansers or the Cetaphil hydrating cleansers that you may normally use on your face and use it in the shower on your body as well if you need to. Trying to avoid being overly aggressive with cleansing is the other trick. You don't need soap everywhere. Even the most gentle type of soap or cleansers are still going to in some way strip your skin's natural oil. So you want to preserve that as much as you can. Skip up the soap and the cleansers unless you feel like there is a need to. And then as I mentioned, literally within seconds, come out of the shower, take your shower towel, pat your skin dry. Don't try to rub. That can cause more friction and irritation. Just pat it dry. And literally, if you need a time frame, I would say within 20 to 30 seconds or less after you pat your skin dry, this is really the optimal time to seal in that hydration and to prevent any transepidermal water loss through your skin by applying a moisturizer all over your body. This is where you want to pick the right formulation based on your skin type. I think some people may skip out on moisturizer, especially if they don't have any problems with dry skin or eczema and have more oily skin in the summertime. But really depending on where you live in the winter, and for most of us, winter tends to be drier and colder, you definitely want to consider adding on a moisturizer. If you are not in the habit of putting on a moisturizer in the summertime, certainly consider a lightweight moisturizer for the winter. Let's get into some of my favorite products. Number one are cleansing bars that are not truly soap. And the difference is these cleansing bars have more what we call synthetic surfactants that are less harsh than true soap, which is very alkaline and can be very damaging on the skin barrier. And there are quite a few on the market that I'm a big fan of. Two brands that I pretty much use exclusively when it comes to cleansing bars is Dove, their beauty bar, and I'm a big fan of their sensitive bar soap, and I just purchased that in bulk from Costco. And then the ones from CeraVe, I find them to be fairly gentle. And in the winter, with us maybe struggling more with dry, ashy, dull skin, one that I really like from them is their Essay cleansing bar. This is nice because it's gentle, it has ceramides, and has a little bit of like exfoliating beads within it. So it's great for if you want to do a little exfoliation, dental exfoliation in the shower. And it's got salicylic acid, which is more of a chemical exfoliant too. But otherwise, you can certainly just use it in your armpits and buttocks like a traditional cleansing bar. So something to consider that's mild and gentle with additional benefits of helping to remove some of that dry, ashy, flaky skin. Another product I really like for those who are into, exfoliating pads, but for the body, is one from Medicube. And I've talked about this before, but it's the Medicube Red Clear Silica Wash Off pads. And this contains a blend of alpha, beta, as well as polyhydroxy acid and niacinamide. So great for dry, ashy, rough, flaky skin, but niacinamide can also help with some brightening the skin for uneven skin texture, skin tone. So a lot of questions I often get on my social media is like, how can I lighten up maybe mosquito bites, bug bites, or post-inflammatory dark spots from eczema patches that I have on my arms and legs? And this can be a great way to gently over time help to even out the uneven skin tone. And what you do is just apply it on your skin, leave it on for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then just wash off in the shower. So something else to consider that can be helpful for, uneven skin texture, skin tone, and also for those who suffer from, say, like shaving bumps. This is a great one to use a few times a week to help remove the dead skin that may contribute to those razor bumps. Now on to body lotions, and which I said is probably by far the most important step that you should be doing to care for your skin in the winter time. When it comes to body lotions, just like facial lotions and sunscreens, it's really a personal preference. Some people really avoid body lotions because they hate that sticky, tacky, greasy feel on their skin. So here I recommend for the winter, especially if you live in a drier and colder climate, choose a moisturizer that's going to be lightweight, fast absorbing, that's going to help to keep your skin healthy and hydrated without giving you that tacky, sticky feel. The first one, if you don't like tacky, sticky lotions, is one from Drunk Elephant. And this is their TLC Glycolic Body Lotion. I have been pleasantly surprised by this lotion, and certainly for the price, mostly because for, 8 fluid ounces, for the price, you can find a lot more affordable and fairly decent options on the market in drugstores. For example, Amlactin, CeraVe's Essay Rough and Bumpy, Eucerin, their Roughness line, all are great with exfoliating acids that can help with dry, ashy, dull skin, but also help with keratosis pilaris, strawberry legs. But this one I like, in addition to the 10% glycolic acid and blend of shea butter marula oil, is just how well it absorbs and how quickly absorbs without giving you that greasy, tacky feel. And certainly with the alpha hydroxy acid in here, it's really going to be helpful in reducing the ashiness, the dry, flaky skin that a lot of us will get in the wintertime. One of my favorite moisturizers for the winter for dry and eczema prone skin is from La Roche-Posay, their Lipicar AP Balm. And they have reformulated this. This is an older bottle with a slightly different name, but the formulations are very similar. But I love this one. It's very rich cream, very soothing, great for dry, flaky, eczema prone skin. It's great for face and body and for the whole family. So something I highly recommend if you're prone to eczema, consider using this moisturizer. In fact, they've actually been done studies on this moisturizer, and it helps to not only soothe eczema prone skin compared to moisturizers that have a similar formulation, but because of the La Roche-Posay's thermal spring water and their probiotic ingredient, it actually helps rebalance the skin microbiome, which we know is slightly skewed when you have more eczema prone skin. But this moisturizer will help to rebalance the skin microbiome for the better in individuals who suffer from eczema. And it's like one of the steps that we as a dermatologists kind of educate our patients on when it comes to treating eczema. So highly recommend if you have dry and eczema prone skin for the winter. Next one I've been loving is from Cetaphil. Their newly formulated moisturizing lotion, dry to normal skin. And I believe they have a few for even extra dry skin and for just normal skin. But this one I love because it's a lightweight lotion. But in my mind, like for example, I would compare this to the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. This is a lot more nourishing, but still not overly greasy, heavy, or sticky. So for individuals who don't enjoy how lightweight the CeraVe lotion is, this is like the next step up that's going to do a better job without leaving your skin extra greasy or heavy. And it has vitamin E, B3, B5, as well as avocado oil to give it more of that richness. But again, very soothing, very nourishing without being over the top heavy. And the other thing this is really great for is that it can double up as a facial moisturizer as well. So for individuals who just want to kind of have one to use for the face and body, or say have one that the whole family can use, this is certainly one that I highly recommend. Another that can double as a facial and body lotion is from the Inkey List, and it's their 10% urea moisturizer. So urea, I feel like, is in a lot of skincare products, but it's somewhat underrated compared to, like, for example, hyaluronic acid. I feel like that is such a popular ingredient, but a lot of people kind of miss out on urea, which is just as great, just as effective as a humectant. And in fact, urea is great, kind of like alpha or beta hydroxy acid, and adding moisture, helping with exfoliation, helping to a degree with ashy, dry, flaky skin. And this 10%, it's a good concentration. It's a very lightweight yet nourishing moisturizer. And you know, when we think about urea, we think about it for the body, but this one you can double up as a facial and body moisturizer. Certainly for the tube, it won't last you very long if you're going to use it all over for the body, but I recommend, say, using it as for your facial moisturizer, or say to spot treat rough areas on the elbows, the knees, or say for maybe like dry, flaky hands and feet. The other one that contains urea that is another favorite of mine is from CeraVe, their diabetic line, which, you know, I don't really like the name, but it's great for everyone. And that contains urea in various formulations. That's great for dry, flaky skin, rough, callous skin. You know, they even have a few products for the hands and feet that are great to use. The last moisturizer that I want to talk to you guys about that's ultra rich and nourishing, great for dry skin, I think it's great for the winter, is from Naturium, and it's their Biolipid Restoring Body Lotion. You know, I feel like I recommend the same type of moisturizers over and over again on my channel, just because, you know, those are really the ones I truly recommend to my patients on a regular basis. But I feel like you guys are probably sick of hearing me recommending, you know, La Roche-Posay, CeraVe all the time. This is a super rich, nourishing moisturizer. I'm kind of down to here. I don't think you guys can, can you guys see that line here? But I've basically been using this every single day ever since the winter time. And it's very nourishing, very rich, but still doesn't really give you that sticky, heavy feel. It contains a blend of B vitamins, fatty acids, and humectants to keep our skin healthy and hydrated. And, you know, it's meant for the body, but certainly, you know, you can use it on the face. I don't think this was intended for that. If you want to, and you are worried about this potentially leaking you out, what I recommend is just taking a little bit of the moisturizer and putting it on your cheeks for maybe like a week or so, just to test it out, to make sure that you don't react, don't have any issue. But this one is purely intended for the body. But again, I don't see a problem with using it on the face. And so just another option for you guys if you are sick of hearing me recommend, the Roche-Posay, CeraVe, and Cetaphil and just want to try something new. I highly recommend this one. All right, guys, those are some of my favorite current body skincare products. Also, let me know if you have any questions about what I mentioned regarding bathing and how to care for your skin. Again, I would appreciate it if you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what other winter skincare topics you want me to talk about and comment below and let me know. I will see you guys next time. Bye.